Have you ever stood before a monument and felt its silent whispers reaching out from centuries past? What if I told you there's a place where tens of thousands once gathered, not for peace, not for worship, but for a spectacle of blood, bravery, and power? A place where swords clashed, wild beasts roared, and human fate was sealed in the blink of an eye. A place where emperors sat high upon marble thrones, watching with pride as men battled for glory and survival. That place is the Colosseum, the grandest amphitheater of the ancient world. But is it just a relic of Rome's past? Or a living memory of human nature's thirst for power, entertainment, and legacy? Let us step into its timeless arena and unravel the extraordinary story of the Colosseum. Origins: the birth of a monument, 1st century AD. The story of the Colosseum, or Flavian Amphitheater, begins with a twist of imperial politics and public image. In the mid-1st century AD, Emperor Nero ruled Rome, a man notorious for his cruelty, extravagance, and vanity. After the Great Fire of Rome in 64 AD, which destroyed much of the city, Nero seized large tracts of central Rome to build his lavish Domus Aurea, Golden House, a sprawling palace adorned with gold, precious stones, and even an artificial lake. However, Nero's tyranny and self-indulgence led to widespread resentment. After his death in 68 AD, the empire entered a brief period of chaos known as the Year of the Four Emperors. Stability returned when Vespasian emerged victorious and established the Flavian dynasty in 69 AD. Eager to distance himself from Nero's hated legacy and restore public confidence, Vespasian announced a bold project. He would build an enormous amphitheater for the people on the very site of Nero's former lake. Thus, in 72 AD, the foundation for what would become the Colosseum was laid. Construction: a feat of Roman engineering, 72 AD, 80 AD. The construction of the Colosseum was a marvel of Roman engineering. Built primarily with travertine limestone, concrete, and tough, volcanic rock. Tens of thousands of Jewish slaves, captured after the siege of Jerusalem in 70 AD, are believed to have been used in the labor force. The arena measured 189 meters long and 156 meters wide, with a height of around 48 meters, 157 feet. Key architectural features included arched entrances, 80 entrances, numbered for efficient crowd movement. Seating tiers, divided by social class, from senators and nobles at the front to common citizens, foreigners, and women at the top. Velarium, awning, a retractable canvas system to provide shade, operated by trained sailors. Hypogeum, a two-level underground network of tunnels, cages, and trapdoors to manage gladiators and wild animals. The construction was completed in 80 AD by Emperor Titus, Vespasian's son. The inauguration games lasted 100 days, featuring gladiatorial contests, wild animal hunts, with exotic beasts like lions, elephants, and crocodiles, public executions, mock naval battles, naumachii, though some believe these were staged in the early wooden phase of the arena. The Colosseum could hold 50,000 to 80,000 spectators, making it the largest amphitheater ever built, a record it holds to this day. The Golden Era: spectacle, politics, and power, 1st to 4th century AD. For centuries, the Colosseum served as the heartbeat of Roman public life. Gladiatorial games, munera, not just brutal sports but political events where emperors showcased their generosity and power. Animal hunts, Venetians' exotic animals imported from Africa and Asia fought hunters or other animals. Public executions. Criminals sentenced to death faced beasts or brutal punishment as a form of spectacle. Beyond entertainment, the Colosseum became a stage for emperors to reinforce their authority and connect with the masses. However, the grandeur began to wane after the decline of the Roman Empire. Decline, from arena to ruins, 5th to 14th century AD. By the 5th century AD, gladiatorial games were phased out, especially as Christianity spread, condemning such blood sports. 523 AD, last known recorded games. Earthquakes, fires, and neglect gradually damaged the structure. The Colosseum took on different roles over the centuries. Fortress, medieval period used by Roman noble families as a stronghold. Stone quarry, marble, metal, and stone were stripped for other buildings, including St. Peter's Basilica and Roman palaces. Shelter and workshops. Houses, workshops, and even a Christian chapel were established within its walls. Major earthquakes in 847 AD and 1231 AD caused severe damage, including the collapse of its southern side. Rediscovery and preservation. The awakening of a world icon, 15th to 19th century. By the Renaissance, interest in Roman antiquity sparked a change in how people viewed the Colosseum. 16th century, Pope Sixtus V planned to transform it into a wool factory to provide employment, though the project never materialized. 1749, Pope Benedict XIV declared the Colosseum a sacred site, believing it was a place of Christian martyrdom, a debated claim. 19th century, archaeologists began systematic studies, and initial stabilization work began. The Romantic vision of the Colosseum as a symbol of the grandeur and fall of Rome captivated poets, artists, and travelers from around the world. Modern preservation and global recognition, 20th to 21st century. The 20th century brought renewed preservation efforts. 1930s, Benito Mussolini restored parts of the structure, using it as a symbol of Italian power. 1940s, 1970s, archaeological excavations revealed new sections of the hypogeum and the underground chambers. 1980, the Colosseum was designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site as part of historic Rome. 2007, named one of the new 7 wonders of the world after a global poll. Recent developments and modern usage, 2010-present. In recent years, the Colosseum has undergone significant conservation and revitalization projects. 2013 to 2016, a €25 million restoration funded by Italian fashion brand Tod's Group cleaned the facade, removed pollution stains, and restored arches. 2021, the Italian government announced plans for a new arena floor reconstruction, using removable panels to allow visitors to stand at the center of the amphitheater for the first time in centuries. 2022 to 2024, archaeological studies expanded access to the underground hypogeum, revealing intricate networks and hosting guided tours. Sustainability focus. Modern efforts emphasize eco-friendly tourism, crowd management, and digital heritage projects to preserve the site against climate change and over-tourism. Today, the Colosseum stands not only as a tourist attraction but as a cultural venue. Hosts art exhibitions, concerts, and occasionally, solemn commemorations like the Good Friday Way of the Cross, led by the Pope. Symbolism in the 21st century. More than just a monument, the Colosseum remains a powerful global symbol. For Rome, a legacy of its imperial past and architectural mastery. For the world, a reflection on the complexities of human history, the glory of engineering, the darkness of blood sports, and the endurance of culture. It draws over 7 million visitors annually, making it one of the most visited monuments in the world. The eternal story of the Colosseum. From the hands of emperors to the eyes of tourists, from the roar of gladiators to the silent awe of modern visitors, the Colosseum has endured every test of time. It is more than stone and mortar. It is a living chapter of human history, a reminder of power, art, brutality, faith, and resilience. As the world looks forward, the Colosseum remains, standing tall in the heart of Rome, continuing to echo the voices of a world long past, and still waiting for new stories to be written in its shadow.